we are focusing on completion of major two parts of Standard 6 regular. The first one being Linux orientation. So I see that there was a very less show of hands for when I asked about Linux. So today we have Sir Deven over here, Deven Rathod, who will be guiding you through the Linux orientation in the first half, because there is a prerequisite for you to start off with GIMP. You are all aware, right? We have GIMP. What is GIMP? It's a image manipulation, right? Any one of you all have started it off in your schools? Anyone? Have you all tried it on your systems ever? Sorry? Okay. But did you try your hands at it, ma'am? Okay. So today we have a blend of plugged activities and unplugged activities. Any idea what you understand by when I say plugged and unplugged? See, if I tell you do something on a system, right, you'll just go ahead and you'll follow steps like, do this, do that, do this, do that. And if you don't understand one step, like, you'll be lost, right? To supplement your learning, to understand your learning, we are focusing a lot of, learning by doing. So we have a blend of activities today where you will take paper, pen, chart paper, color paper, stick-ons, stuff like that, cut, stick, blah, blah, all that. And you will understand why you're doing it. So once you understand why you're doing it and you can picture it all, you're going to go on your systems and then you will be taking it ahead on your systems. So we are calling it as unplug and plug. So teacher Nazima and the entire team over here will help you through the unplug. She is also going to be guiding you in the GIMP plugged activities. If you have any queries, please shoot it out with the team. Please do not go back with a lot of doubts in your head. Alright, so let's start off today. Right now we will begin with the Linux orientation. All set?
So this is your Windows. Everyone this is your Windows. So to make installation start, what we need a space. So from where we'll take a space? From our drive. Okay? So to make a free space, we go to manage. Under manage, it will be disk management. Okay? Once you click the disk management, this page will open. Here, just see in which drive you have maximum space. Okay? So here in new volume F, the space is 344 GB free. Okay? What you will do? Right click on shrink volume. Okay? Do it with me, huh? Just see the steps. Click on the free space, right click and shrink volume. Here under the blue, now this is your Windows, you need a dual boot. We are doing what? Dual boot. Along Windows we are installing Linux. So what we do? On my computer, right click and click on manage. Done? Then click on disk management. You got this page? Okay. Then see in which drive you want to install, like a free space. I take this because here I have 344 GB. Okay. Right click on the drive. I'll click on shrink volume. Okay. Then you will get some highlighted blue. Okay, space. That is a maximum space you can shrink. But I need how much? I'll be taking 150 GB. So it will be 1,50,000 MB. It will be 150 GB. Okay? Then click on shrink volume. It will shrink the. See here, an unallocated space is created, 146 GB. Got? If you have less space, you do it 100 GB. You take 100 GB. 100 GB or 150 GB. Okay?
those who have installed Linux already, you all can also move around and help your peers. No one is stopping you from that. We encourage peer learning, collaboration, so you're free to get up and walk around and help your peers.
So you got the space? Okay, everyone? Yeah? Now connect the pen drive, bootable pen drive to your laptop. And don't do anything to the pen drive, and okay? Don't open or anything, it will just. And don't do anything to the drive, okay, which you have created, unallocated space. Now everyone is having Windows 10 on their laptop, maximum of the laptop, okay? So you need a what? Now, boot device, right? To select boot device, what you will do? Press Shift key, okay, on your keyboard and restart your laptop. Press Shift key, don't leave the Shift key, okay? Okay, restart your laptop. It will ask for this way. If it is Windows 10, Shift key will work. Okay, Shift key. If it is below Windows 10 now, Shift key will not work. We have to manually press F12 or F10 key for selecting the boot device. Okay.
Good morning, teachers.
8 GB.
Today we are going to learn something very exciting. Before I take the session further, I just want you all to have a look at this image, the drawing what I've done. Can you tell me what is this?
Clouds, trees, sun, crow.
Yes, you can see trees, sun, crows. What are they called? Any idea?
Scenery.
It's a complete image. It's a scenery, isn't it? But what they individually called? Components of an image. Now observe this. Okay, I want you to draw a scenery now. I'm giving you 10 minutes to draw a scenery, and your time starts now. Okay, right. Whatever you have done, no problem.
It may not be fully complete, but whatever
Whatever you have done.
Please raise it.
So much over here. Yes.
Wait.
How was the activity? Nice, enjoyed. I want you to modify it. For example, the tree is towards my towards my left. Correct? I want you to place in the center. 5 minutes. Think of it. I want you to modify any component of an image or any part of an image. How will you do it? Any other method? Cut and paste. Any other way? Okay, erasing it possible. Okay, fine. Now, let us try to edit or modify the image by working in a team. Let us work in collaboration. Okay? So we'll have 4 teachers in one group. And here the tables are there. You can
You will make or you want us to make the groups?
Okay? So you can utilize
Once
this
you get
table.
with all your paintings,
What you
pencils,
want.
whatever it is.
Okay? I'll give you one paper. For each team, one paper will be given. You have come up with a creativity work
Second
and complete the scenery in 10 minutes.
Teachers, you have only 10 minutes with you. Please do whatever manipulation you need to do with the image at your hand and come up with a better image.
You have to come with your picture over here, okay? And one of the members should explain us which components were there previously, what you have used, how you have reused it, okay? And how that has helped you. Just 1 minute. By that time, next team should be ready. Understood?
Come first.
Understood? What you have to do? Yeah. So team 1 can come, please.
Our previous drawing show first. So now what we have taken is, common was the mountain. So we have taken the mountain. The sun also is the common one. Now road, we have taken from this picture. Trees from this. House is miss. And water is from here. So we have taken everybody's opinion and it is
So you recreated a
Yes,
different
yes.
picture altogether.
Yes.
Because left hand side it was the tree, so we brought it at the right side. Then river also means we have changed the direction and
river was at this side.
So you did it all over again.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Next team.
Good morning, dear teachers. These were the different drawings we have drawn by each teacher, and the final drawing we got this. What we have done is we have combined all the one component from each picture. Like suppose sir has drawn. So, this road he has shown, so the same road we have used it over here. First I had drawn a house over here which was placed at the center. The same house we have shifted to the right side of the picture. This show teacher has drawn one coconut tree, so that coconut tree we have shifted over here. And like this we have house and trees. So we have shifted, the combination
of
we
all
have,
this.
we have used all the components from each teacher, and this is the final. Thank you.
So you all also recreated the entire image. So which means if I had come again and told you, please place the coconut tree elsewhere, you would have recreated it, right? Okay, no worries. Team three.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
So this is the final image of our book. So we have all of us drawn the different sceneries and we have cut and pasted it. So house, then river flowing, then other pieces. So coconuts, all this we have cut and pasted, and final image it looks like in this way. So this is our scenario. We have activity given the teachers. So this is the final
Earlier
image.
there were 4 different drawings, now we made it to one.
So
Back to
yeah.
practice.
So good morning. this is our final scenery. Each one of us have drawn different types of picture. So finally we have taken the best from each picture and created only one scenery. So this is the activity of our group.
We have cut and pasted.
Yeah, we have cut and pasted the best from each person's drawing.
Unfortunately, we all are bad artists. So whichever was good, his house was good. Then teacher made a good trees. Then everyone worked together. Sir did the house, we did mountain and all. Then clouds, and we completed. We merged all the drawings.
So it was redrawing.
We redrawn.
So you all picked up the best components from
Yes,
each of the
yes.
drawings and eventually you all recreated one final image.
Yes.
So you created one final image towards the end, picking up the best components.
Yes.
I see all the team members arriving at that.
Yes.
So we did more trees and mountains. So earlier it was the coconut tree, now it is.
Okay. Thank you.
Big round of applause to all the teachers. How was this activity? Next 2 minutes, just feedback from our side and your side. Let's combine and go to the next activity, okay? We have to be very quick now. How was this activity? What about the previous one?
Previous one, these are individuals of their
Okay. So, individual was better or teamwork was better? Okay. Now, we saw some, they were redrawing it. They saw the component and परत draw केले. We saw cut paste केले. Which one is easier you feel?
Cut paste is
Why?
because it is ready made already, so we are just cutting and paste. So
And why? So what?
if you are very good in drawing, then we can do your drawing is
you can cut and paste.
Now, yeah? Time saved it seems. Okay, now suppose we had said we have only 2 papers. आणि पेपर मिळायचे ना आणि तुम्ही हे करपाक जाल्यार खंयचो मेथड तुम्ही यूज करपाची
We would pick the best.
Oh, pick the best one and sure. And then as teacher was telling you, I want tree from here to here. Now if I tell them, you just shift one mountain, remove one tree. Yeah, shift the mountain from right to left. Okay, so which was easy? Where it is easy, cut paste is easy, right? So otherwise, if I give you another 5 minutes and tell them, they would come first. Some modification, some manipulation, they would come first. Okay? So that's what we wanted to know from you all, whether you recreated. Of course, all have recreated it, but then how you use the component. Okay? So same thing again. Let's go back to teacher Nazima. We'll continue.
okay, teachers, I want 4 teachers over here. Any 4 teachers? No drawing now. Drawing work is over. Let's go for something different. No. Here you can see the components of an image. Okay, I want you to complete the scenery. House is there, clouds, trees, okay, crows, yes. You have to complete this image. Okay, 1 minute.
You get 3 minutes.
Here you have a whiteboard. Teachers, please take each component and place it on the board and complete the work.
Others can help, huh? If you find something odd then.
Let's complete the
What is
scenario.
the important component of this?
Important
Yes.
The name.
What do you think?
Name.
Yes.
Name is not good. What is that picture about?
But you all know that that is sun, no?
Name is not good.
Name is not
Right.
right. Okay. Door is okay. Door is open. Door is
That
open.
house is on top.
Now this picture, let me make it little easier. This picture looks incomplete, isn't it? There's something
Border,
missing.
border,
Which,
Yeah.
yes. Which will help to complete it and make it as a single one component.
This is better now?
Yes.
Yeah? So this is the important component we can say, which completes our picture, right?
Now if I want to manipulate the image, for example, if I want to move the sun behind the clouds, what can I do? Correct? Was it possible for you all to do when you are drawing it? Was it easy? Modification on the paper is difficult, isn't it? But if you cut the images and place it individually, manipulation becomes easy. Okay? Now let's try to understand the same concept by using the transparent sheets. Okay? Now we'll be providing the transparent papers. Now you are able to get some drawings, cutouts, isn't it? So all have got the cutouts? Yes. If you have just taken a printout, then please take a cutouts of that and give ready. And again we are making it in the form of collaboration so that we form a team again. So back to your places. Teachers, please pay attention over here. Stop cutting. You may take your seats. Sit down wherever you did, please.
Keep the things in set.
Yeah.
You be Ramas, whatever you are comfortable. So that everyone can see. Yeah.
Now this is a white background, okay, and here we start with a border. Okay. Now you can have a look. This is a transparent sheet, okay, and the paper is stuck on this for the border. Similarly, we have other components placed to form a scenery. Okay, so let's start with this. Here I have a sun transparency, so I'll place the sun transparency. Next, I'll place a tree transparency. After that, I have some clouds, birds and some grass. So I'll place it on top of it and we complete the scenery by adding a border transparency. So what do you observe over your teachers?
Each image is on a separate transparency.
Very good. Good observation. So when we have each components or individual transparency, manipulation becomes easy. Now I want you to observe the scenery over here. Is it complete? Yes. Now can I do the manipulation? Is it editing possible for me? Yes. How can I do it now? I only need to remove the For example, I want the sun to be placed behind the clouds. Who's going to help me out with this?
Transparency sheet order we have to change.
Exactly. We only need to rearrange the order without disturbing the entire image. Are we disturbing anything? We are just removing one transparency, placing it or reordering it. Isn't it? Now when we replace or change the order of the transparencies, it is called as image manipulation. And for this image manipulation, we need to place the components of each image on a single transparent sheets. That is our layers. So here you have to understand the concept of layers plays a very important role. The images are placed in the form of layers that are your transparent sheets. Okay. Now we begin with the unplug activity or the similar one which is given to you. Okay, and your time starts now.
Yes, with your picture. Okay, this is the team 1. Can you explain me? And now, listen everyone. Now, I want the difference between what you have done in the first activity and what you have done now. You remember your previous activity, how you have done, and what you have done now. 1 minute for each team.
In the previous activity, I had actually drawn these components, whatever you can see on the paper. And now I have first drawn, then cut those pictures, and I have stuck on this paper. And the picture is ready. Components have been.
Can I shift the sun, teacher? Can I shift the sun? Is it possible? Sure. I'm asking you.
But I have stick the sun and the clouds on the one. This in the
Okay. Okay. Same copy.
What I do copy.
In previous activity, we have done in one paper all that we have drawn. But in this, with different sheets, we have stick on one picture, like images like different sheets we have stick. If we wanted to shift some more sun to left, right, like that, we can shift easily this. But in that we cannot do. Means just
I have taken some drawing from other teachers because my drawing was not that good. So this also a teacher had given me. So with that I have stick this.
Great. I like this.
Okay, the cutouts were brought by me. So on each transparency, one picture has been stuck, and all the transparents are combined to make one scenery.
Oh, thank you, teachers. Okay.
One best point.
Hello. One best point, okay? One among them said she's not good at drawing. Okay, she did not have very good drawing. So what she did was, she took one component from others. And if she is to return it back, is it easy for you to return it back? That's great.
This is one plus point. Let's keep this in mind, okay? Next.
What I have
done is here. The earlier picture I have drawn the same components. I have drawn the trees, clouds, sun, house. Here what I have done, I have brought the cutouts which I had pasted it on the paper. For the border I drew the border and I have pasted it over here. And for the first drawing we have drawn, and here I have just cut and paste whatever materials I had drawn, cutouts, I had just pasted it on the page.
Yes. Very
Thank you.
nice. Can you pass the mic?
So in this picture I have stick the cutouts. On one sheet I have stuck on 2 or 3 cutouts. So in previous activity we have drawn all the pictures on one sheet. So here we have taken many sheets and we can replace the sheets to make meaningful, we can give a meaningful view to one picture.
Good morning. Yes. So I have used different sheets for this drawing. Earlier I had drawn the pictures, but this time I have used different sheets. In first sheets I have drawn I stick sun. In second picture I stick this clouds. In third sheets I stick house, and fourth sheet I stick this clouds. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon. As we were told to get the cutouts, and what the cutouts have I just put for the different transparencies. Each transparency is having one cutout. So the best we can just shift the transparency as and when.
So editing is easy.
Yeah, this is easy because you can just remove and put. That was not easy when we had.
Yes, exactly. Thank you. Next thing.
Good afternoon, everybody. So, our team and no one have brought the cutouts. So far we have hand drawn it and stick on each slide. So in this slide we can show sunrise, sunset by using these different slides. So we have done this. The previous activity only the single page, and on that we have drawn and stick it the single page. So it is difficult to show whatever image to the students or learners. So in this slide we can show clearly that the learner can understand easily by using these slides. That's all.
And the main difference between the previous activity and I am audible. And the main activity with the previous and this activity is there we cannot shift the images. Here easily we can remove the slides, that is transparent sheets, and we can replace.
Previous activity we have drawn all the pictures
Just
on
on
one
the
paper. Here we have changed the concept. So this is my picture. The first sheet I have pasted sun, then I have pasted
Directly over. Yeah.
second transparency. I have taken clouds and house. Third transparency I have taken tree, and fourth transparency I have taken border. So in the pictures, all the transparencies are placed together properly. The pictures look like this, with border and all other components of the picture. Thank you.
Yes.
As you can see in this that we have created, we have used multiple transparencies, and each transparency comprises of one image. So when you put individual images on each transparency, it gives you more flexibility to change the structure of that image. And just as a added bonus, we have put those namings or stamps for each of the image so that we know what we are going to move. Okay. And then we had this board which was blue and it was kind of symbolizing evening. So first we had put sun in the middle, now we have made sure that the sun is behind the clouds so that it resembles evening. So basically manipulation of image through change in transparencies or layers is achieved by doing this. If you would like to, thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Big round of applause to everyone. Now if you see, we have seen 5 different teams, but we have one thing to be taken from every team, right? Just now as they said, which is very important, Teacher Nazima will be taking it later on, very important, what they have added? Naming, okay, wherein you need not think much. You just take whatever is named, pick it up and place it. Now I would request you all, you keep all the transparencies there, visible. Okay, later on after lunch break, okay, not now, after lunch break, 5 minutes पहले भीतर हुआ, and I want everyone to just go through each image, whatever you have done, okay, and just think what you can take from every page so that you make a nice image out of it or nice picture. Just think over it. Am I clear? Am I clear? Yeah? And just note it down. After this. Now you can just place it and you come back to your places over here. We'll continue with the next session.
Using transparent sheets, isn't it? Now in this scenery, the similar one what you have done, can you tell me what are the things that you have learned today in this session? First is, editing was possible, isn't it? We can manipulate the images very easily. Why?
Because each image was a separate
And that transparency is called as dash. Fill in the blanks. Very good.
layers.
So here layers plays a very important role because we can edit it, we can manipulate it. Second very important thing, are the components placed all in one place? No. Observe this and tell me, is it placed all in one? How did you manage it?
By placing each component of the scenery as a whole into each of the transparency sheets.
That means it should be on the different locations, isn't it? We cannot place all the objects in one place. It is on different locations. Can we go back to the 6th standard regular curriculum? Do you remember anything that we have learned where placements plays a very important role?
Go to access.
Clean slate.
Clean slate.
Exactly. That is placing the blocks on different locations. The placement plays a very, very important role where you can repeat the blocks once again. We can place it by using go to, isn't it? So here you have understood the concept of layers very well. Any queries, anything you have not understood? Layers concept is clear. And why are we using layers? So that we can do image manipulation. Now let's go back to the Linux session and complete it. Okay? So they will take over.
Double click on Linux installment. Double click. Let the language English be default, okay? Click on continue. Do simultaneously, huh? Okay? Let the keyboard layout say default English US and continue. Here, don't connect to any network. Okay? If it is available also, don't connect. Otherwise it will download the update and it will take time. So I don't want to connect network and click on continue. Now this, you got this screen, install multimedia codecs? No?
Yes.
Got?
Yes.
Okay, click on the multimedia codecs. This is very important. Select and click continue. There are three options, okay? Install Linux Mint along Windows 10. Erase this, install Linux Mint, and the third option is something else. We will be selecting something else. Why? Because we are installing the Linux on a drive which we have created, the 100 GB or 150 GB, right? If we are selecting the first one, it will install in a Windows drive where your Windows is installed in C drive. We don't want, because if Windows crashes, this will crash. If you are installing in something else, other drive, if your Windows crashes, then Linux will be there only. So click on something else, continue. Got this? Now here, see the steps, okay? First what I am doing, drag the cursor down and search for the space, okay, free space. You will get a with the name free space. Everyone got free space? What the space you have created? There will be three free space, with one with the 0 MB, 2, and one will be the created, what we have, 100 GB or 150 GB. Free space. It is labeled as a free space. Got? Click on that. Yeah? And click on the plus sign here in the corner. Once it is selected, select the free space, click on the plus sign, you will get this dialog box. Create partition. Okay? Got? Yes? Now remove this all space, okay, from the size. Remove. Now here, if your laptop is 16 GB, make it as a 32 GB. This is a swap area, okay? Swap area for the Linux. If your laptop is 8 GB, make it 16 GB. If your laptop is 4 GB, make it 8 GB, okay? Double the size of RAM. So I think this is 8 GB, so I'll go for 16 GB. So it will be how much? 16,000. Did? So yours is 16 GB, so make it 32. Let's continue. Okay? Here the size will be the double the size of RAM. Now, here use as, okay? Don't do any changes here, primary, logical or beginning, okay? Here use as, click here and C for swap area. Okay? Swap area. Got? Use as swap area. Then the down option goes automatically. Got? Yes? Then click OK. Then the swap area space will be created. Okay? Now the swap area is created. Now again, see for the free space which is left. See. If it was 100, you have used 16 GB, then there will be, I think, 74 GB or 86 GB, it will be left. Okay? So click that again and click on plus sign. Once you select this NUS space, now here the mount point, go to the mount point. Go to the mount point and select the first. Okay? Slash. Just click. Mount point should be the slash. Done? And click OK. Now again go to the free space where it was. Just see. It will already it is selected. Just see with a green checkbox. Got? Yeah. And at the side you see what it is, SDA 7 or SDA anything, there will be a number something, SDA 6 or SDA 7, what it is for you? Huh? This side. Device slash SDA 6 or SDA 7, SDA 4, SDA 5 it will be for you. For me it is SDA 7. Extension 4, EXT4.
EXP4.
Yeah?
Yes, EXP4. No, not SPF.
With the checkbox. And it is P6. Yeah? So the same thing. P6. Yeah, it will be P6 or anything with the checkbox. You got now?
P8 it is.
Yeah, okay. Then the same thing now you select device for bootloader installation. Search here, same thing.
P7.
What is there on the top? Now here the name, device, P6, P7, P8. Search here same. And select that thing. The same thing for the bootloader. Yeah, P7. Now same for the device bootloader. Down. P7. Okay, this is very important. This is very important. Okay, if you are loading your boot in Windows now, it crashes. Okay. Then click on install now. Nothing more. Click on install now. Select. Okay. You should get this message. Swipe area and extension 4. If you are not getting this step, means your installation will crash. Everyone is getting this step. This dialog box.
Write the changes to disks.
Swap area and extend. Yeah, write the disk. Write the changes to the disk. And the down, two partitions are created. Swap area and extension 4.
Yes.
You got?
Extension.
Okay. Dialog box. Click on continue. Select the time zone. That is India. Okay. Click anywhere on the map. The India. Click continue. Here. Put name. Okay. Whatever name you want to put. Rina. And password is mandatory. Without password, it won't go to the further page. Okay? Any password, whatever you want.
Your name. Now this is a root directory what you are creating. Okay? So this command, you just remember what you have given. If you have given your name, then your name will be as a root. So this is a root directory what is created over here. So all the other files and folders will be in the root directory now.
Okay, teacher? Everyone? Okay, don't do any changes here. Okay, don't select anything. Click on continue. Then your Linux installation start. Click on restart. Okay, when it asks for restart. And here one message will pop up. Please remove your installation medium and press enter. Next time only you have to remove the pen drive, okay, from the laptop. Don't remove before that. Remove pen drive and press enter. It will. Shut down the system. Install GIMP, okay? GIMP. Connect your mobile to the laptop. with the hotspot. Connected your laptop to the mobile? Huh? Connected na? We'll install a GIMP, okay? See, if you are opening the terminal, okay? You know the terminal. Okay? This is the command to install, okay? GIMP sudo apt install app name is GIMP. Sudo apt install GIMP. Press enter. It will ask for password. It will ask for the confirmation message. Say Y, that is S.
Now this is which password?
And within a minute, your GIMP is installed here. This step is not same for all these apps, okay? Like for PictoBlock, that is different. For Kojo, some modification is there. But this is very easy. Sudo apt install, any app name you give, it will install. But the command is sudo apt install, then any app name. See, now this is done. Okay? The command is sudo apt space then install. Sudo. Do you want to continue? Space. apt. Space. Install. Space. See, this thing is installed, GIMP, okay?
No, GIMP is already installed.
Project is a different version.
That's all. That is all.
You have to go to their site and download that file.
Yeah, I downloaded it.
Is there?
It's there. Then it is not.
The working environment of GIMP on Windows and Linux is very much different, okay? Working means the speed. If you are opening your GIMP on Windows, it will be slower. But here, it is very fast. Everything. Any questions regarding this installing of GIMP? For PictoBlocks and for Kojo, the steps are little bit different. You can Google it, okay? You can see the steps.
Now let's go for the second session. You have understood the concept of layers, isn't it? Now let's install a new software, that is GIMP, which is an open source on the Linux Mint. Installation is already done? Everybody have installed GIMP? So I'll go ahead with the GIMP session now. Why do you think we need to study GIMP? It is faster. It is faster? Okay. In Windows we had studied Paint, isn't it? Now you have already done the unplug activity. Now, is there any difference when you do it on Paint and the unplug activity you have done? Are we having any layers in Paint where we can modify? It becomes difficult to do it, isn't it? But if I want to do any image manipulation, that is changing the layers or placing the components in Paint, is not possible. Now since we have already installed Linux, that is an open source, we will like to go for an open source program, and that will be a GIMP. Okay, so we all have installed GIMP. Let's go ahead with the session. Teachers, before installing GIMP, let us just go to Google and I want you all to insert images. Okay, let's download the images. Okay. Now, when we go to Windows and Google, we directly download the images. Do we have any problems with that? Any issues that come up? Have you heard about copyright? Isn't it? What is copyright? Sorry?
Without permission, we cannot.
Without permission, we cannot do it. Now, we have a website called as Pixabay where we can download the images without any tension. That is tension free. Okay? So, I will just open that website. Site teachers where we can download the images which has no issue of copyright. Okay, it's copyright free and we can download the images from here. You can directly type what you want to search. For example, I want to get some mountains. I will just get mountains. You can see here. Beautiful images are there. You can also sign in and create your account in this. If I want to download, just click on it. Here you can see free download and you can download as per the resolution what you want. Clear with this? Now let's go ahead with the GIMP session. This is an icon of a GIMP. Okay, I will double click to open it. And here is a GIMP interface. First one, we all know what it is. It's a menu bar. Here we have the main toolbox. These are the toolbox related to the first one, that is the main tools. These are the brushes. Here you can see layers and channels. And these are the different modes which are available over here. And this is a canvas where we are going to do all the editing work, that is image manipulation work. Clear with this? First we will learn how to open the images. We have already downloaded the images. Yesterday I have sent you the resources which I have already downloaded. Okay? Let's open it, the images. Now there are two ways where you can open the images. If you want, you can note down as I am telling you. You can note down the process how to do. We go to the file, we click on open. Okay? There's an option called as, you can also press Ctrl plus O to open, or we can open as layers. So we will have a view of both the ways of doing it. So we go to file, we click on open. Now here I have a set of things which I have already opened. If you have from a particular folder, you can open the file whichever you want from here, images. Okay? Now I will go to my recent one. Now for example, if I want to insert a sun, okay, I will just click on open. So this is my first image which I have opened. Okay? At the same way, you can see in the panel also, you can see the image as a thumbnail. Clear? Now I want to open the second one. So I go to file, I click on open and I select the house. So what has happened over here? Observe and tell me, what do you see, teachers? It is overlapping. So again, if I want to edit individually, I need to click individually and edit. This is one method. The second method is, I will go back. I will open the file as layer. I will open the images as layers. So I click on open as layers. Okay. So I want the first image. Suppose I want a house. I just click on open over here. I click on the file again. So I have opened 3 files as layers. Here. Now here you can see these are layers. This is tree, sun and house. That's a home. Here. So here you can see, teachers, I can hide and unhide the layer. If I want to modify any one image or any component of the image, I only need to hide and unhide, and I can do the modification only for that particular component. Am I clear up till here? Any queries? Okay. What we have done now is, first we open the images as layers. Clear? Now I can rename these images over here. See, double click and you get an option to rename. So this is my first layer is my house, second layer is the sun, and the third layer is the tree. Now the default size of any file or any canvas, to check, go to file, new, and you can see here this is the default size by 1 second now. Let's close this and make it 1 second. Okay, and you can see here the default size is 1920, that is the height, and 1080 is the width of any canvas. So this will be a blank page, that is a white background by default. And on this we can place the images in the form of layers. Okay, go to file, open, and I open the images. You can also insert the bulk of images at one time also. Now we will learn how to resize the image. Okay. Now to resize the image, press Shift and S to scale it. Press Shift and S to scale. At the same time, teachers, you can please note down. Shift and S. Okay, you can see a scale over here. You can just make it small and make and resize it as per your requirements. Okay. Now, if you want to move, and here you can have a look over here. As I resize, you can see the scale over here. You can also use this drop up and drop down button to increase and decrease it. Done with this? Once you're done with this, you just click on scale and close it. Now you can see here, this is the first image what we have done. This is the scaling. Next part, I want to move the image. The shortcut is M. Shift press Shift and M. Sorry. Okay, I can move it.
Shift and
M. Just press M. Only press M.
no shift.
Only no shift. Only M. Okay, I can place it wherever I want it. Okay. See, I am not disturbing the other components. I am not disturbing the house. I am not disturbing any other components. I am only working on one layer now. Okay. So here we can place it. Now, suppose if I want to make one more copy of the same layer. Suppose I want one more tree. Copy paste. So we can copy the layer. We right click on the layer and we say duplicate the layer. Now you can hide and unhide. Why do we need to hide and unhide to see the tree? I have two trees. Both at the same place, isn't it? Now to view the second one what I have pasted, I have to hide the previous one. And I move it wherever I need. Done? So I just copy and paste.
Without hiding,
You can.
both will move.
We one will move, but we have to select now. See, this is a selection wherever, whichever layer you are working. And where the image is, that particular will have a border. Can you see a yellow color dotted border? Isn't it? Now let me go for the next. Is the border shifted now? So which one I have selected, the first or the second? Second. How do you know it's second one? Because of the border. So this has to be very clear which one you are working. So whichever options you are going to click, it will have a border to it. This is the one particular thing, particular image that you want to do, or you want to make the editing on that. Clear with this? I will insert one more. That is the sun. Okay. Now I will hide the other one so that I am very much clear with this one. The sun. Isn't it? So what I'll do? I want to make it small. Again press Shift and S and I move it and place it wherever you want it. Now we have learned to scale, move and resize. Clear? Now let's go for another one, that is rotation. How to rotate the image. Okay. I will select a tree, press Shift and R. Press Shift and R. Okay. Now you can see a center point over here. You can place wherever direction you want to place. You can just tilt it the way you want it. I can move this here and place the way you want it. Can you see the difference? See the center point, place wherever you want in the center and just see how you want, you can move it. You can place the way you want it. Okay? So this is a rotation.
That can be placed anywhere in the image?
Yeah, you can place it anywhere in the image. For moving of the image, M and move the image. I can place it anywhere wherever I want. Now I want the house to be shifted. Same way we are going to use. You click, press M and move the image. See, as we had done in the unplug activity, that we are working in the layers. Now these are layers. Imagine, morning session what we had learned, we took a transparent sheet and we pasted the images for proper positions. Correct? Same way we are doing over here. We are inserting the images in the form of layers. And now we are doing the editing part of it. That means I can increase the size, decrease the size, rotate it, or shrink it, make it small, move around. Okay, this much I have understood. Any queries?
My background here.
White is a background initially, no? File, new, we come to a new background. See here, I repeat. I click on the file, I click on new. When I click on new, you get a background with this. See here, this is a new background that we get. Okay? That is a white paper what we have inserted. Remember in the morning what we did? We took a white paper as a background. Same way we take the white paper as a background down over here. We go to the file menu. We open each part of an image separately as components and paste it on the layers. Same thing what you have done in the morning, we are doing it with the help of a GIMP. That's the only difference. Now done? Now these are the layers. Now if you want, you can hide it and unhide it wherever. Clear with this? Have you understood up till here? Any queries? So shall I go ahead? Now, suppose you have done this work. Now the next thing comes, how to save. Correct? How to save the file. Now, when you're working on save and save as. What is save as?
Save as
you
is
can
a-
give name.
Yeah.
Save is simple saving.
When you're saving for the first time, we use save. And we want to make a copy of the first one, we use save as. So these are the two options that we have learned so far. Correct. In this, we have another new option called as export. Okay. Now, the extension of GIMP is .xcf. Experimenting Computing Facility. Okay, the extension is .xcf. You can save the same file in different formats like GIF or PNG or JPEG. Any format you can save the file. But what is the difference? That we'll learn. Okay? So I click on file. I click on save. I'm saving my file. Huh? Go to file and click on save. By default, the name will come as untitled.xcf by itself. Because it's a GIMP file and we're saving in that particular format, the extension will be .xcf. Okay? And I will just erase that name untitled and give the name as GIMP. Any name what you would like to give. Once we are done, let me see which folder you want. Now I want to save it on the desktop. Let us see. I want to save the file on the desktop. So I will come to the right and left hand side of this places where I want and I select the destination. Once I'm done with this, I click on save. Now I want to see this file of mine where it is. See, you can see here. Can you see on the screen? Excel file is, I will directly open it because it has got already the extension. I will open it in GIMP. This is where we have learned to save the file using XCF extension. Saving the GIMP file itself. Now, when I open the file, I will get in the same way how I closed it before. See, that means along with the layers. My file contains, how many layers are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 layers and along with that it has opened now. But if I don't want the layers to be visible, I want it at one single scenery, a single picture. For that, we need to go to export. So we click on file, we go to export. I give the file name as GIMP1. I save on the desktop. And here you can see select file type by extension. Okay, click on the arrow, click on the box here, select it. Now there are different types of formats through which you can save your file. Now I would like to save my file in the PNG format. Okay, so I select PNG. Observe it and tell me anywhere the PNG is available. Can you see anywhere? PNG format, how you know it has changed to PNG?
On top.
Exactly. Where you have given the name. What was the initial extension?
CF.
Because it was in the GIMP we wanted. No? Right now, what we are going to do is we are going to save the file in the PNG format. This much is clear. Okay. And I click on, again I have saved on desktop only, and I click on export. Just click on export once again and close the file. Now, if I open the same file, that is gimp1.png, what do we see? Observe this file, teachers.
Without layers.
It is without layers. So can anyone tell me what is the difference between the two now? We have learned two ways of creating, the saving the file, isn't it? One with save and the other one is without that is export. What is the difference?
If you click on save as, means save, that will save the layers. When export, it comes as one image.
So you understand both the ways of saving now? Any difficulty?
Just repeat the steps of
Yes.
second.
Okay. I open the .xcf file. Click on File menu. Click on Export. Done. Give a name to your file. Select the file type. This is important. Select the file type. Select the extension. When you select, to confirm, you can have a look on top where the name is placed over here, that is .png, and just click on export. This option again, you are not changing anything to this, we just click on export. Okay, and when you open the file, it saves as one image. Clear with this? So in this session now, right now we have learned the interface of GIMP. We have learned which are the toolbars. We have learned how to save the file and export the file. Plus, we have learned how to rotate the image, scale the image, duplicate it. Okay. If I don't want this image, I can hide and unhide. If I really don't want the layer also, I can delete it. Right click and I click on delete the layer. This much you have understood the concept. Anything you want me to repeat? Teachers, have a look at the screen. Now you can see the toolbars over here, isn't it? These are the set of toolbars. If you want to see all the toolbars, if you want to view all the toolbars, now right now everything is appear to be black and white. You can make it colorful. Okay, there is a lot to learn in GIMP, but we need to self-explore it. Okay, I will go to edit and I click on preferences. Okay, I click on the theme icon. Right now it is symbolic. I click on color. So look at the screen. It has given you a nice colorful tools. This is my self-exploration. It is not there in the. Okay. Now next thing. I want to see the full toolbox. I go to the toolbox and I click on use tool groups. Just remove the use tool groups icon. And you can enlarge and you can add many tools in this. If you want to shorten it, click on the box once again. Okay? So here we have learned how to add more tools and also to change the color of the tools. Okay. So let us come back to the unplug activity.
Yeah, let's come back to this, what we have done.
Yeah, teachers, whatever you are doing right now, please stop it. Okay?
Okay, now we'll look at this. We have made layers and we have formed a picture here. Now, what if I want to give some effect to this? What if I want to give an effect of sunlight to this? Okay, now we have put a sun here, but that effect of sunlight is not there. What happens when there is a sun? Brighter. Okay. And how do we show it in a picture? Like there is a sun here. How do we? Yes. You can say that the color is yellow. Okay. So we had given you some colored papers, colored transparent papers. So if I want to give us the effect of sunlight to this, I'll just bring my yellow paper here and put it like this. Right? It gives a sunlight. Right? In the same way, what if I want to give a
Lady name. Look at this thing. Look at this picture. Is it bright? No. Then not bright, then what? Dull, no? So 6 o'clock. Evening effect. So when you change the transparencies, the colors, automatically you get the blending effect, isn't it?
Now what if I want to give a night effect? What if I want to give a night effect using these transparencies that I have? If I just give a green color, does it look like night? if I only put a blue color here, does it look like night?
No.
No. Sometimes you'll have to mix colors. Yeah.
Mixing of colors means
Blend. Okay. So if I put this color, gives a little effect of night. Right? And for this night effect, I can even remove the sun from this layer of
I
this.
wanted to ask it. Okay, we have to remove some night effect here, so that if we have separate layer, it will just hide the layer.
Okay, so this is what we are going to learn here as blending.
Now, so far we have learned how to manipulate with layers and images, isn't it? Now let's try out with colors. Let's try out to give an effect of colors on the layers. Okay. That is called as blending. I open GIMP. I go to File. Open as layers. Okay. Here I have a beach layer. Listen. Now if I want to have a bright effect, what can I do? You tell me, I'll do it. White, correct? So let us ask or add a layer. Let us add a layer. Now to add a layer, I will click on this mark. First I'll have a look. Don't write. Pay attention. I will repeat the steps for you. Okay. We add a new layer and we give as white. Okay. And I click on OK button. Can I see the transparent layer? No. So what should I do now? Hide the first one, isn't it? And I need to fill the color. Now here is a foreground color and a background color. Here I can swipe these switches over here. I want a white color. So I click the white color, I select over here and take the fill bucket. Okay, I'll just take you to the background. I click here and open the layer again. Okay, so I have a beach and a background. Can you see? Here is a slider where you can increase and decrease the opacity of the image. I can make more towards the white and more towards the darker side. You can see this. Can you see the changes over here? As you increase, it is more visible. As you decrease, it becomes more transparent. Clear with this? So we can give an effect to this. Now suppose if I want a sun effect to it, what we can do? We can add one more layer, isn't it? What did I do? How did I manage to get the yellow color? I click on the color box and I select the color, click on it and just click OK button and you get the color over here. Now, I click on the beach layer and I change the opacity of it. If I want to blend more than one color, I will again unhide it and blend these layers and give the effect to it. Can you see the difference? Can you see the effect of the sunrise? Okay. So here we have done bright sun. If you want, you can just move this and you can increase the opacity of it. Clear with this? Now if I want to give a night effect, then what you do? I have to add a layer with the black one. So you have to understand this much. Any queries? Okay, now you can take down the steps, do it. First, insert a new layer of any image. Okay, insert the image as layer. Second, on the right hand side, bottom corner, you can see you can create a new layer option. Bottom corner, first option on the bottom right corner. Click, type the name. Now I wanted a yellow color to be filled, so I have typed yellow in it. Done. And click on OK button. You will see a layer over here. This is my third layer what I have done. Okay. Now to fill yellow color, I click to the color in the color switch and select the color. Now if I want a black color, I will click black and I click OK button. And click on the fill bucket, select the color, fill, click on the fill bucket and pour the color. Done? Now, use the opacity slider to give the effect. See, it's late evening now. Slowly, it's going to be little down and down and down and down. Isn't it? So you are giving a night effect to this now. Previous one, what we have seen was the sunlight, sun rays, isn't it? It was right. Early morning, sunrise. So for that we use a yellow color. If you want to blend more than one, then make this also visible, the background whichever you have added. Or the same way you can also make a mask also in this. Add a new layer. Done? So we have learned how to insert a layer, transparent layer, okay, and fill the color, whichever color you selected. Right now we have learned two colors, yellow and black. Yellow for the sunrise effect and black for the night effect. Am I clear till here? Have you understood, teachers? Any queries? Any questions?
Both the colors are accepted clearly. I mean black as well as yellow.
Yeah, because we are blending the colors, no? You can.
Can you please do that again? Only the two colors.
Yeah, I'm giving white also is there with me. See,
Okay,
there are
yeah,
only
okay.
two colors which I'm using right now. See, white is also there. If I want to want this, see, white is still there with me. If I don't want this, it is just a color. It is just a image which is there over here. But right now I'm blending with two colors. See here, white and this. Instead of white, you change the color of this to yellow color, and you blend with this too. You can blend with multiple colors to give the effect, and you can insert as many layers you want. Okay? Any queries up till here? So now we have learned blending. Before I give an activity on this, is there any queries? Anything to be repeated? Okay. So now the second activity is, you have already learned how to do a scenery using the layers. The first in a XCF format and upload it on Prerna. So that will be second activity on blending. Okay teachers, I repeat, the previous exercise what is already given, activity 1, you have to give a blending effect to it. And format is save it in a XCF format and upload it on Prerna. So now you have understood blending effect. See, it's very simple, very easy. You only have to insert one layer, fill the color in that, and you only need to change the slider of the opacity. How much whiteness you want or how much darkness you want based on the opacity slider that you select. That's all. Fill the color, you have learned how to fill the bucket with the color. Okay. Now, you all try out the unplug activity, the transparent sheet which was given to you in the morning. 3 colors are there in that, no? Try out with your the scenery what you have done in the morning. Teachers, please have a look. Let us just have a recap of what we have learned in blending. Okay. Initially, we inserted the image as layer. First image. Okay. Then we click on this mask layer. We write the name. For example, I want the sunrise, so I am giving a yellow color. Done. So I write the name yellow and I click OK and I fill the color in this. Okay. Now here I am given black. I fill a black color. Done. Now to give the effect, I will only change the slider of this opacity. See, I can make it dark and I can make it bright. Okay. So we have 3 layers with us. First one is with the image. Second one is fill color. One is yellow and the next one is black color. We only changing the opacity to white, only decrease and increasing the brightness of it. Okay? This much you have understood? Okay. Now, this is with colors. If we have 2 images, how the opacity will come? Now you all try it out. Insert 2 images as layers. I am also doing simultaneously. See, initially we have learned to blend with the colors. Now what we did? Sunrise and sunset. Blending 2 colors with 1 image. Now you take 2 images and try to blend with it. And see what effect you get. Insert 2 images.
Do you understand?
Insert 2 images and change the opacity and see what changes you can see in that. I am also doing simultaneously. I have one scenery over here, a garden. So I'll take and I'll take one butterfly transparency. Now also insert 2 images. Any 2 images you are taking. One and I open the second one. Done? I have 2 images over here, butterfly and a garden. Okay? I want to make the butterfly little bigger in the size. I will just use scale it and stop. Okay? Done? Have I understood how to scale it? Everything you all know by now. Rotation, scaling, everything. Okay. I have 2 images. Now what we are going to do is, I will only change the opacity and see, does it make any difference? Teachers, does it make any difference? No. Yes? No?
See the butterfly.
See the butterfly effect.
See which layer she's.
See, I am working on the first layer of butterfly.
Bright and dark.
Yes, you can see the opacity.
Yeah. Yes.
Can give the effect. See. What I did, I inserted 2 layers. Okay, and I am only changing the second one, the effect, the opacity I am changing. Now, besides this, there are different modes. Okay, see it is written normal over here. Can you see normal written over here? Click on the drop down arrow. And there are different modes by default, which is already there. Now for example, if I want to see difference, I will scroll down. Let us take one first, difference over here. Can you see the difference? What is the difference? Let's change the color, no? If you want, you can change it and see the difference what it is. These are the different modes by default which is already available. Okay. Now, let me change it to normal. Okay. Again, I change the mode to screen, more towards the white. Can you see the difference? Can you see the effects? How it is changing? Now this screen, this is mode called as screen. Okay, the name of this mode is screen, where there is more white color used in this. That is addition of white color, subtraction of black color. Okay, so like this, there are different modes over here where different options will be available. You can have a look. So you can just scroll it and apply the different modes and see how the color changes of the image that you have given. This is also blending of images by using modes. Have you understood this concept? Any query? Can anyone repeat the steps? The last table. Anyone from there can repeat the steps? How did we manage to change the effect of the butterfly? Were the butterflies same initially when we inserted in the picture? When we inserted the layer, were the butterflies same? No. How did we manage to get this effect? Very good. And to change the mode of the butterfly, which layer we need to select? Difference. We need to click the layer of butterfly. That is a butterfly layer, and change the modes. Which is this one? Present one which is there on the screen. Which mode is it? Screen. Okay. So there are different modes teacher, you can explore it. Okay. So we have finished with the blending, with colors and with the images. If you want the steps, please note down the steps. Insert 2 layers. Insert 2 images as layers. Insert 2 images as layers. Insert 2 images as layers. Any images. Okay. Click on the second layer. Here for example, butterfly is the second layer. Select the mode. Click on the mode, drop down arrow and select the mode. For example, here I have taken difference. See why I am telling you to note down. By the time you reach home, you will forget. So at least you can brush up later. At least go through the notes what I was given to you. So the steps. Okay. That is how. And if you want, you can change the opacity and make the changes in the entire image. Gives a complete new image. Now we will be going to another new concept. That is called as masking. Can you tell me what is masking? What is masking? If I wear a mask,
we cannot see your original
same person, or
we cannot see the original person.
Exactly. Now, if you look at this pouch, there is also masking done on this. Can you tell me what it will be? It's a complete white combination of white and yellow, but there are some pictures inserted in this, isn't it? That is masking part. For example, here I have two images. Done? And this one more image. Now, I want this particular flower which I have done over here. This flower I want to place over here. This process is called as masking. Now, after doing it in GIMP or after doing it, it should look like this for me. Correct, no? What did I do now? I just cut from this one image and I pasted over here. Isn't it? But when you follow this cut and pasting from one layer to another layer, that is called as masking. So how many layers do we require now? Two images, no? I require two. Okay? Be little more attentive. See the steps, how it is done. Try to understand and then write. I will repeat the steps once again. Okay? Pay attention and let us go ahead with masking. So I open two images as layers. Okay, so I have image 1 and image 2. Done? First, I add a mask layer. Okay, is my mask layer visible? Can I see the mask layer anywhere? I have added it. So to see this mask layer, I will just hide this. Okay. Next step, I want to fill the color black. Clear? So I go to the fill, I select the color and I pour the color black. Okay. Now I want to select this. See my image. This is already unhide, but I cannot see since it is black. I cannot see. But I want to select this. So what I will do? For time being, I will just take it on top, so that I select this flower which is there in the center. Clear? So what we do is we take the ellipse tool. You can see the ellipse tool over here. Select this portion. You can increase and decrease the size by dragging the corner points. Okay. Once I do the selection, I will take this background on top so that I do a perfect selection. Up till here I have understood. Next, I need to fill a white color in this so that the flower is visible. So I come down here, I change the color to white. Okay, I take the fill bucket, I'll just do the steps again. Okay. So I fill the color white to the portion that I have selected. Once I do with this, I click on the second image and add one more layer in this. I right click and add a layer mask. I right click on the second layer and add a layer mask. Click on add. Now I want the same image to be pasted over here because it's just a replica of it. So what we do is, we click on the mask layer, we press Ctrl and C, place a pointer on the second one, that is a thumbnail, and right again copy and paste it. Now here you will get a floating selection, right click and click on anchored layer. Sometimes, see here, now it is not coming. In case if it doesn't come, you repeat the steps once again. What is that step? Right. So I just copy the first one, mask, and paste on the second layer. And anchor it once again. Okay? Till sometimes it doesn't appear, you repeat the steps again. The floating selection will go away, and this layer, what is there on the mask, the same thing will be visible over here. See the mask, this circle and this circle has to be same. I know it in one instant is difficult to understand, don't worry. Then, see it has already been masked. I want to get it on the last one. Is it there? Is it what we have just seen on the paper? See, I will repeat once again. Now you can note down the steps what we have done. See, initially we insert 2 layers. Please take a note of it, teachers. We insert 2 layers. To add a mask layer, right bottom corner, click on new layer. Done? Right bottom corner, click on new layer. Okay? By default, the name will come as mask. If you want, you change. Otherwise, also it's okay. Done with this? Okay? This much you have understood? Once you finish with this, click on OK mark. Okay? Now, we want to fill a black color on this. You can directly pour it over here, but to make it more easy, what we do is we will hide this so that we can see this particular layer. So, next step is hide the remaining layers. Hide those 2 image layers. Done? Next step, fill black color into it. Select the color and fill black color in the mask layer. Mask layer is your 3rd layer. Fill black color in the layer. Okay. Next. Now we want to do the selection for this particular image. We want to select only this portion now. Okay. For that we use the ellipse tool. Before that, you just unhide the image that you want to extract. You want to copy that or select that image. So we select the ellipse tool and we select the image over here. Okay, and adjust how much you require. Done with this, select the image. Okay, and unhide that layer. It's already unhide over here now. Let us hide the layer and make that mask layer visible. Okay. Let the mask layer be visible because we have to fill it with white color. Then next step, select white color and fill the color. The ellipse that you have selected, the circle that you have just selected with the ellipse tool, fill it with the white color. Done, teachers? Okay. Now, next step. Click on the second layer, that is right click. Right click and add a mask layer. And click add. Right click on the second layer and add mask layer. In short, you can write a small white thumbnail appears, just for your reference. Done? See, on the same line, in the same place, you can see a small thumbnail next to the second image. Understood up till here? Now, click on the mask layer. Click on the mask. Press Ctrl C. Get the pointer on the white thumbnail and paste. Ctrl V. I repeat. Click on the mask, Ctrl C on the mask. Get the pointer on the thumbnail of the second layer. Ctrl V. Now here, in the middle of both the layers, that is second and the mask layer, you get floating selection. Just because you have pasted the layer, copy and pasted the mask, you get this layer. That layer will be visible. Okay. Now right click on the floating selection layer and click anchor layer. Right click on the floating selection layer and click anchor layer. Sometime with one it doesn't appear, so we repeat the step till we get the same image. See, you can see you have to repeat the step till you get the same image. This mask image and the one that we are going to paste has to appear same it should be. The circle. Okay. Done with this? Finally we get the flower on the background that we wanted. You just hide the mask layer, first layer, the topmost one. Hide the mask layer and then you can see that it is visible over here. You can see this. Shall I repeat the steps again? Okay. We have two images. Just try to understand first. If you have missed anything, you can note down. Okay. We have two images. First step, after inserting the images, the first step is create a new layer. That is a mask layer and click on OK button. hide both the layers and fill the color black in this. Done? Once you're done with this, for the selection, hide the mask one layer, use the ellipse tool and select the image that you want to mask. Once done with this, make the mask layer visible. What will be the next step?
White.
We have to, yes, the selection what you have done with the ellipse tool, you have to use white color so that our image is visible later. So we fill the color white. Okay. Next step, we have to get the thumbnail. So for that, we right click on the second layer, add a layer mask, click add, copy and paste the layer mask. That is, I copy this, press Ctrl C, place the pointer on the thumbnail of the second layer. And paste it. If it doesn't appear in the first instance, you please do it once again. See here. Copy, get the thumbnail, paste, right click on the floating selection, click on anchored layer. So here you have to see, you come to know that you are going in the correct way only when you see these two are same. Because it is just a copy and paste of the mask over here. Done with this? What is image masking, teachers?
That original figure will be
removing from one layer and pasting in the other one. That is image masking. Now I have a book. I just get a book over here. Now look at this book. What will be this portion called?
Cover.
This portion I'm talking cover. This is the book cover. What about this one?
overlap.
This image. This will be an example of mask. Correct. But what it is?
Cover page.
Layer mask, scenery.
It is an example of masking. But what type of masking is it?
Layer.
Okay, just now we had taken two images. Assume that this is a
3 images.
okay. Assume that we have done 2 layers. We use masking on 2 layers. Correct? Assume that this is layer 1 and these images which are there, this is layer 2. When I put the image on this book, this is an example of what? Image or text? Image masking. Correct? So we have done image masking now. Anything else you can see besides images? Text. So now let us come for text masking. Correct? No? So we have 2 types of masking. Image masking and text masking. Any difficulties so far? We've written the steps how to do it. Okay. You have to upload the activity on this. Huh? This will be a next activity on masking. How we have done the masking? Same way you have to do masking. Okay? And send it as XCF file. Or you can combine text masking and image masking in the same XCF file and you can upload. Both the ways. Okay? Masking, either you make 2 separate files if you are facing a difficulty of merging together all the steps, what you can do is separate files you can send. One file with masking and one file of text masking, image masking and text masking. Clear? Now here I have got two layers. First you see the steps. And then you can note down. Okay? In this we want to write the text. So I hide this both. I first click on the mask. I create a new layer. Mask and click OK.
When you write the layer, you get mask.
Okay. I use a text box and write a name. Okay. I write a type here. I take a white color so that it is visible over here and I write the name. Okay. I select all these three. Now to select, you just have to click and drag and increase the font size how much you want. Done?
No, right click on the one that you want the mask. Right, and then you say layer mask.
Once I'm done with this, I right click, I fill the color black in this transparent sheet. Please pay attention now. Right click and merge down. I want to place it over here. I just repeat the steps and teachers please pay attention to the steps. We insert two layers. Please note down the steps of the simultaneous. Add a mask layer. the color black in this. Next, I take a text tool. I select white color and I type. Select to increase the size of the text. Once I done with this, done. I right click and merge both the layers together. This mask layer and this together. Right click and merge down.
Right click on what?
Right click.
Right click on the text.
Right click on the text and merge down. Done.
It is merging with the down layer.
It is merging with the black layer.
If any other layer was down, then it would have
We want to take that one, but we want that image to be hidden and only that thing should be there. No, that's why we put the black layer. Okay, so we'll say merge down. Done? This much. Now, the remaining steps remain the same what we have done for masking. That is, we copy this, paste it. Sorry, before that we right click, add a mask layer. We copy the first mask, copy, we get on the second thumbnail, paste it, right click, anchor layer, both the images appears same. The remaining steps remains the same after you do merge down. Remember that. The remaining steps, the initial step is what you add a mask, you type a text, okay, and the mask layer and the text you merge it together. After that, repeat the steps what is already been done that we have previously learned. Once we have this, unhide this and see some mask. Can you see? On the image, you can write the name. So this is the effect, that is text masking. Okay, I'll repeat the steps once again. So insert first two layers. Okay? Insert first two layers. You can do it simultaneously. 5 minutes. I will just orally tell, you all do it. I'll just insert first two images. That is two layers will be. Then next step, add a mask. I'll tell you. You do, teacher. You do it first.
Add 2 layers.
First, add 2 layers. Okay. One, that is an image. Why we require 2 layers? See, first layer is a beach, for example. And second layer is a one that I want that particular drawing to be placed on this by writing the name inside. Understood? So you see which layer you want that. Then third step, after inserting the layer, the next step is insert a mask layer. That is from the right bottom corner, insert a mask layer. That is the layer mask. Done? And fill the color black. Okay? Fill the color black. Done, teacher? Okay. Next step, use the text tool, change the color to white and type a name. After the black mask, fill the color, select the text tool, select the white color and type the text. Increase or decrease the size of it. Done? Done? Now, we have two extra layers, no? After the two layers, that is a text tool, that is a text layer and the black layer. Now we want to merge it together as one. So you right click on the text tool, the text layer. Right click on the text layer. Right click.
Layer has to be below the text layer
Yes.
to merge it.
Text tool will automatically come on top now. That will be the fourth layer. Black layer of mask will be the third layer. So now we have to plug together. Okay, that is to merge. So we right click on the text tool, that is a text layer, and click on merge down. Merge down. Done? After merging the file, repeat the same steps what we have previously learned. That is of masking. Okay? That is, add one more layer on the second layer. Add right click on the second layer. Repeat the same steps, sir, what we have already learned previously. Right click on the second layer and click add layer mask. Done? Now the layer that we have already merged. Copy, press Ctrl C to copy. Get the pointer on the thumbnail of the layer and paste. Do you want me to repeat the steps again? Yeah? Okay. Teachers who have not understood the concept, repeating once again, please have a look. And carry with your steps what you have written. Okay? We have two images. Okay? This one, I want a border to be written with that font, with that particular color. Okay? That is why I have taken this dark one. And the name I want on this. Okay? So how we cut the page and stick it? We have one paper of different color, another paper of different color. We write our name, we cut it and paste it. Actually we had a another activity, but then we don't have the time to complete. That's why the magazine got told to bring now. That was the reason to show, but then time wasn't much. Anyway, we just try to understand with this. It's simple, just try to understand the concept. First thing, we need to insert a layer. I will just hide this. First, we insert a layer. That is mask. Click OK. Now, see that it is the third layer, the topmost layer. Okay, this is layer 1, layer 2, layer 3. Then, switch this, select the color, fill the color black in this. Done? Once you finish with this, now we want to write the text, isn't it? So we use a selection, that is a text tool, and we see if I write black on black, it's not visible, isn't it? So what do? We change the color of this to white. I drag and I type. Done? Since the font is too small, I want to increase the size of this to the required size you want. And you can also make it small, big. Okay? Clear with this? You can also change the font over here. Whatever you require, you just need to do it. You can also change the color if you don't want here. This is options here. But right now, I want this particular color. Understood? No? If you don't want, don't put the second layer. Clear? Once I'm done with this, the next step is I want to merge both the layers together. That is go up and mask. So I right click on the text layer and I click on merge down. So that I make it one single layer. This much I have understood? Everybody? Sir sitting behind? Understood? Anything you want me to repeat? Okay? Now, whatever the steps we have done for the masking, image masking, you have to repeat the same. Okay? That is, once we are done with the mask, you copy the mask layer. Okay? Before that, we need one step over here. What was the step? Add a mask. Exactly, you need to add a mask layer before you copy. Huh? Okay? So we click on the mask, copy, get the pointer on this white thumbnail, paste it. Done? Once you're done with this, right click on the floating selection and click on anchor layer. When you click on anchor layer, both the images, mask and the layer has to be same. That means your steps are correct. And this will be the last step. Understood this much? Up till here? Teacher? Okay? Now, hide the mask. And you can check that Goa is complete. That is an example of text masking. Done with this? After merging down, you have to copy. Before copying, you add a mask layer to the second one. Copy the third layer of mask, paste it and hide the mask. And you get the effect over here. Okay? So, the teachers, for uploading the files, please pay attention. You can, activity 3 and 4. This mask, image masking and text masking. You have done a scenery, the first file. On that itself also you can do the masking part over there, or you can use the text file, text image, whatever it is. Masking and text. Or you can send it separately, you send them together. Except XCF also, or you can send it this PNG format. Any one format you can send, no issue. So activity 3 and activity 4 also there. Okay, activity 4 is masking, image masking, send in the PNG or XCF format, any one format, and text masking also any one format.